This is Good Morning Jacksonville.
All right, good Thursday morning. Here's what you'll need to know at 5:30. Signs are up saying no to a new housing development out in Neptune Beach. Well, it appears residents will get what they want, at least for now. We're going to explain in a live report just ahead. And this morning, Edward Waters College is facing a serious lawsuit after a mom says things went terribly wrong on a school trip. And the Jaguars could be spending more time abroad in the coming seasons. What this means for fans right here in Jacksonville. But first, we have got to check in with your storm expert, meteorologist Mike Prangley, because, folks, the weekend is just about here.
It is. Okay, and we're going to find that silver lining, I think, this weekend. All right, but the next couple of days, I'm calling today Soggy Day Thursday. All right, we'll keep that glass half full, but it's going to be of rainwater today. So check this out, radar lighting up. So not your typical summer pattern. We're actually tracking a front in the summer. We don't see that too often this time of year, so you really make it out right here, moving just in toward areas of southern Georgia here today. So that'll add some lift to the atmosphere, and it's actually like a magnet for moisture. Look at it just drawing in that moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. So we're seeing showers already. I-75, Highway 301, Clay, Putnam County, St. John's, Duval. We'll get into some of these light showers even for the morning rush. I think the brunt of the rain coming in as we head toward 10 a.m. this morning, and that will include the fishing tournament, the Kingfish tournament. We'll take a look at that forecast coming up. But look at these rain amounts. Big impacts, 2, 3, 4 inches on the way. We'll go city by city coming up. Let's first get to Lynn's ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center.
Hey, good morning, Mike. Yeah, my concerns this morning are going to be I-10 and the southwest portion of 295. That's going to be the part that goes through Clay County and then all the way up to I-10. But I'll keep an eye on that for you. Here's a live look right now at the Fuller Warren Bridge. Things there looking pretty nice in both directions, going south or north. And our drive times haven't been affected by any of the rain that we're seeing out there either. Those showers, like Mike mentioned, out towards Baldwin and now one approaching Oakleaf. So this is that area again that I'm going to be concerned about on 295 and then I-10. So again, something that I'll be watching. Going south on 95, it'll take you about 20-ish minutes to get you from Highway 40 down to 295, and then another 10 minutes or so to get you downtown if you're going downtown. Coming from the south, about 20 minutes to get you from County Road 210 all the way to the I-10 merger.
Thanks for that, Lindsay. And right now, authorities and family members are searching for this missing Clay County man. His name is Keith Perot. He has not been seen since Sunday out in Fleming Island. Now, the 65-year-old is about 5'10" with blue eyes and gray hair. He weighs about 205 pounds. If you have seen him, you're urged to please call police.
Happening today, the sole suspect in the disappearance of Jolene Cummings will be in court today. Kimberly Kessler was arrested after being seen on surveillance video in Cummings' car. Her court hearing is set to start at 8:30. We'll be there and we'll have the latest for you on First Coast News at noon. Yesterday, a jury convicted James Colley Jr. in the 2015 murder of his estranged wife and her friend. A jury will meet again on Monday to begin the sentencing phase and decide if he should receive the death penalty. We'll keep you updated.
Well, this morning it appears that plans to bring a new housing development to Neptune Beach are on hold, at least for now. First Coast News camera Eppinger, he's live with more on this developing story. Cam.
Keith, good morning. Residents here in Neptune Beach are voicing some strong opinions against this proposal. Now, that proposal calls for building a large apartment complex right here, along with a hotel and parking garage. Now, this will go here at the old Kmart building, or it's expected or proposed to go rather here at the old Kmart building, which has been vacant for about 3 years. Now, last night, the Neptune Beach Development Board unanimously voted and denied the developer's plans. Now, the apartment building would include 175 units of 1- and 2-bedroom apartments. Now, homeowners in the area say the project will simply have a negative impact by bringing in too many people. Now, in response to last night's vote, the developers Tribridge Residential released the following statement, and it read in part, quote, "We are committed to continuing the dialogue with the community as we move forward with the next steps. Now, we look forward to continuing to support Neptune Beach and to being good stewards of the entire beaches region through responsible redevelopment."
There are going to be people there. They're going to use the water. They're going to use the sewer. They're going to travel to the restaurants. They're going to park their cars.
Now, it's not all said and done yet. The City Council will also be getting involved, and they're going to be voting next month on August 13th on whether or not to scrap the proposal altogether or move forward with the plans. Of course, we will keep you posted. For now, reporting live, Cameron Leppinger, First Coast News, on your side.
Again, parking and noise are just a few of the concerns residents have. And here's a list of just some of the businesses that are on that corner. If you've tried to go there, you know it can get pretty crowded. Again, we'll continue following the story. We'll bring you updates on air and online.
Well, this morning, a West Side mother is being hailed a hero after saving both of her children in their apartment when an AC unit exploded. Now, by the time firefighters arrived, the unit was just destroyed. The victim's mother told us that they had complained about the AC unit multiple times, but nothing was ever done. Now, the Red Cross is helping them since they didn't have renter's insurance. The complex says they didn't say much to us as yet because we're waiting to hear back from them. Now, we brought it to you as breaking news Tuesday. The fire marshal now says that the fire at the Tiger Point Marina caused $500,000 in damage. The fire was at Ocean Outboard Marine. Now, more than 36 hours later, the cause of that fire still remains a mystery. We have a link to a GoFundMe page right now on our website if you would like to help out this local small business.
Ladies and gentlemen, here to accept the 2018 ESPY for Best Coach, please welcome the families of Scott Beagle, Aaron Feiss, and Chris Hickson, as well as their fellow coach at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, Elliot Bonner.
What an incredible moment last night. You know, things were a little different at the ESPYs as it honored the Coach of the Year. Well, their Coach of the Year didn't win a championship this past season, but 3 coaches together were honored for their bravery. Now, we know the shootings on February 14th at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida left 17 people dead, including 3 coaches. Scott Beagle, he was a cross-country coach, and he was trying to shepherd the students into a classroom when he was killed. Then you have Aaron Feiss, an assistant football coach. He was shielding students when he was killed. And Chris Hickson, the athletic director and Navy veteran, he died while trying to disarm the shooter. Many of you are chiming in online, and you know, I've seen a lot of comments, people just saying that this is one of the greatest moments of an award show they've ever seen, and especially of this award show. So coming up at 6, I'll be sharing those comments. We want you to chime in using the hashtag GMJ and let us know what you think about this.
It was very powerful. Thank you, Brooks. Well, coming up, there's no doubt that the Jaguars, they do love England, maybe as much as they love the First Coast, but do they love it enough to move across the pond? The debate continues. So we're talking about the latest controversy when GMJ returns.
Well, they're not going anywhere on November 18th. I'm going to have your Jaguar-Steeler forecast coming up, and our Kingfish Tournament is our big event today. Lindsay?
All right, here's a live look at the Buckman Bridge. Things are looking pretty good. You can start to see the slightest bit of the sun coming up over the horizon. Starting to get a little bit lighter out there. I'll have a look at your drive times to your military bases coming up after the break.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mike.
Did you say you saw a little sliver of light?
I did, not in that last one, but I did see some a little bit earlier. But
Okay.
on the radar, you can see they're well offshore.
Right, but hey, but a different kind of day today. We could have some showers around even this morning as you head out. There's a few light showers and sprinkles moving into Duval, Western Clay, Putnam County as I speak. As we look at the next 12 hours, it's not a splash and dasher. You know, usually get an hour or two late day this time of year. We could have showers this morning, lightning by high noon, and once those thunderstorms roll in, we're going to have rounds of rain. So slick roads, a big issue, especially as we head toward the lunchtime and the drive home. But again, even this morning, have your umbrellas ready. There'll be a few showers out there we'll track. But for the Kingfish Tournament, here's the deal. This is very important for the fishermen. We've got a south-southwest wind, 5 to 15. I do think the rain will become a little more steady as we head between 10 and 11 a.m. at Sisters Creek. I think the lightning should hold off as we head toward noon. So lightning really starting to increase between 12 and 1 o'clock with that temperature of 87. So they say fish bite in cloudy weather.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get the big fish in and then get those boats to shore as the lightning hits this afternoon.
Sounds like a good plan, Mike. All right, taking a look at your roads this morning, things are looking pretty good across most of the area. You can see that one shower heading towards Oakleaf. That one that was up towards Baldwin is still there as well, moving a little bit further, a little bit closer rather to the downtown area. Going up towards Kings Bay, things are looking pretty good there. No major issues getting on base. Mayport looking pretty nice as well. No slowdowns on A1A or Wonderwood. And then over towards NAS Jackson, a little bit of a slowdown as you're coming down 17, south on 17, just before Timuquana. That's probably because the light's red there, and that's why our traffic system is picking that up. Maybe just a little bit of a slowdown getting onto Yorktown, or getting onto base at the Yorktown gate. So maybe if you're coming from the south, take the Birmingham gate.
Sounds good.
So the Jaguars are Jacksonville's team, and we don't really like sharing them, but could they soon split their time between the River City and London? That's the question. So First Coast News' Alex Osiris, he's live over at TIAA Bank Field with a little bit more because National's talking about this.
Yeah, National is talking a lot about this, Katie, but you know that the Jags already have a game in London later this year, and I was actually just looking up ticket prices. If you want to fly over there, it'll set you back about $1,000. And according to some national sportscasters, if you want to make that trip in about 5 years, it might cost you a lot more because you'll be going a lot more. Take a listen. We'll talk about it on the back end.
I don't think the people in Jacksonville would take it well, obviously, and I'm not sure the people in London would take it well either. I just don't. I don't see how people in London are going to say, hey, let's share a franchise.
Now, this on the Dan Patrick Show just yesterday, 5 years down the road, they say, is the speculation of having 4 games in London, 4 games in Jacksonville. Well, that would come as a big surprise to us, at least. And okay, so nothing on the books yet, but it's all talk. This speculation, though, comes on the heels of Khan's bid for Wembley Stadium, a multi-million-dollar deal that even closing in on $1 billion for what they want for it. Now, Khan has flat out denied this move to London and that any Jags activity abroad is to just raise the team's profile. He even said that a stronger Jags in London, the more promising their future is in Jacksonville. So with all this talk, if the schedule splits, here's the big question. Would you buy season tickets if they split 4 games in London, 4 in Jacksonville? You're only getting 4 games here. Would you buy those season tickets still? Well, we put up a poll. Go to firstcoastnews.com/vote. Let us know what you think. Yes, no, maybe. Just tell us if you still plan on buying season tickets if this speculation does become a reality down the road. Again, Jags have no plans to move at this point, but good news is camp starts next week, and we'll see the Atlanta Falcons here just early next month. So a lot of activity going on, and still a lot of talk still. We're live at TIAA Bank Field. Alex Osiris, First Coast News, on your side.
I think we're going 16-0. You know
16-0?
I've called it 16-0. You know, I don't think anybody can beat us as long as we stay healthy and do what we're supposed to do. You know, nobody had us last year. We went to the AFC Championship. We were this close. So
yeah, close.
I think you know, we'll build a lot of character, and I think we're going to be all right.
Malik Jackson with that bold prediction during his interview with TMZ Sports. Now, Malik says the Jaguars will go 16-0. Last year, he said the Jags would win the Super Bowl. Remember that? And remember, they came just short of doing just that.
Let me just say Miles Jack wasn't down, so we should have gone to the Super Bowl anyway. But think about how great the team is. Now, the first preseason game is in just 3 short weeks. So August 9th, the Jags take on the New Orleans Saints at TIAA Bank Field. And the team, I mean, they're psyched for this year. The fans are excited.
We are,
so
yeah.
I just can't wait.
It's
I can't wait to see what happens.
All right, folks, 45 minutes now past the hour on this Thursday morning. So you have heard of spicy potato chips that can hypothetically set your mouth on fire, right? But are there now chips that can set the actual roof on fire? What? We're not kidding. We're going to explain. We'll talk about this when JMJ returns in just 2 minutes. And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Jacksonville on this Thursday morning. Your time now is 5:48. Well, for the second time in 2 days, the White House responded to widespread criticism of a controversial remark by President Trump over the Russian interference in the 2016 elections. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders said the president agreed with the assessment of the intelligence community that Russia is looking to interfere with U.S. elections this year. Well, now during a cabinet meeting earlier on Wednesday, the president responded no, after being asked by reporters whether Russia is still trying to influence American elections. However, Sanders said that his response of no had been his way of indicating that he was not going to respond to questions from reporters. Well, officials say one person has died in this massive wildfire burning in northern Oregon. These images are unbelievable. So local police say the person was found near a burned tractor. They say it appears the person was trying to create a fire line and died from exposure to that fire. The so-called substation fire had burned 45,000 acres and has forced mandatory evacuations of several communities. Well, we have a quick heads up for you on this Thursday morning. Ford Motor Company is recalling nearly 550,000 cars and SUVs. There's a gear shift problem that can cause some vehicles to just roll away unexpectedly. The recall involves Ford Fusion sedans from 2013 through 2016 and Ford Escapes from 2013 through 2014. Now, so far, there have been no crashes or injuries linked to this problem, but Ford advises owners to use the parking brake. And if your car is involved in this recall, you should be notified by July 30th. Dealers will repair the defect at no cost. The spontaneous combustion of tortilla chips made firefighters respond not once but twice to a chip factory out in Texas. In a Facebook post, the Austin Fire Department says that crews responded to a factory that was reportedly trying out a new blend of chips. I know, stay with me. So crews had to drown the chips that just kept on catching fire. They would put it out and then it would reignite again, but fire officials say that there were no damages, of course, than to the chips, right?
What was
chips
the flavor? I want to know the blend. Like, was it a spicy
literally
blend?
Set the roof on fire. That is crazy.
Some like ghost pepper, I don't know.
Whatever it is,
blend.
I don't want it.
Yikes, man, that must be some hot stuff that they are using. Mike.
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts, powered by AC Designs.
All right, Katie, what's up? Hey, good morning. We take a look at the latest here in Jacksonville. So national media is talking about Jacksonville. Here's what I have for the national media this morning. A Jaguar Steelers forecast. Got tickets? 11, 18, 18, and here it is. So a lot of folks here sick of this steamy to stormy scenario day after day, talking about heat indices of triple digits. By the time we head toward November, Jaguar fans, I expect a stadium to be full of teal, a sellout. All right, lots of fun. And look at the temperature. I looked at the average temperatures, 58 degrees, all right, with a nice north wind. So teal forever is my forecast. Keeping that glass half full even on a rainy day. Let's go right to another silver lining this morning. And we're talking about low to mid 90s this weekend. I expect better beach and pool time. It's going to be a rough couple days for the soggy travel out there. But Saturday and Sunday, that front washes out. 1 to 2 hours of rain Saturday afternoon, and finally a break with just an isolated storm on Sunday. We look at Precision Cast today. We've got showers this morning. Heavier showers Lake City to Keystone. That starts up at 8 a.m. Then off to Jacksonville and St. Augustine by 10 a.m. Brunswick, you're not going to be left out. You're more beautiful than ever, but have that umbrella ready by high noon as those showers move your way. 7-day, here we go. Rocking and rolling into the weekend, but that includes a couple of bumpy days with showers and thunderstorms, Lindsay. So you got that umbrella ready?
I do, Mike, and I hope you have your windshield wipers ready as well as you're heading to work this morning, and more specifically heading home from work this afternoon as well. Look at this beautiful shot of the Buckman Bridge. Man, this, I'll tell you, this is my favorite camera that we have, especially when that sun comes up. The side obviously going towards Mandarin, the side going towards Orange Park. Starting to build just a little bit going towards Mandarin, but not much. We'll start to see that picking up here within the next, I would say, half hour or so. A little bit of rain getting closer to the 295 West Beltway, so that's something I'll keep an eye on because you know sometimes it's hard to drive in the rain. It's all right. 15 minutes to get you from 301 to the downtown ramps. 4 minutes if you're coming from 295 to 95. So things are looking good there. Quick reminder for you, concrete work going on today. This is on northbound Kings Road. You will be detoured going north here and then getting on MLK, so just keep note of that if you're traveling in that area through 9 this morning.
U.S. Army Sergeant John Connolly parachuted from a B-24 bomber in Germany just short of the Swiss border on July 21st, 1944. He's the last living member of that crew. He's 93 years old now, and he's telling his story for the first time on camera. And that camera belongs to First Coast News. How he was captured, questioned, then held as a prisoner of war by the Nazis. It's part 1 of Behind Enemy Lines. It airs Friday night on First Coast News at 11 o'clock. You don't want to miss it. Your time is 5:53 on this Thursday morning. Just ahead, 2 Duval County schools are planning to bring their overall school grades up. We'll tell you how they plan on doing that, and we'll be right back.
And welcome back on this Thursday morning. A quick check of your time right now. It is 5:56. Edward Waters College is facing a lawsuit from a mother who says her 14-year-old daughter was raped on a field trip for students in a college prep course 2 years ago. That lawsuit says the college let a boy just weeks short of turning 18 years old join that trip to Athens, Georgia. She says he entered the program 2 days before the trip. The suit says EWC did not do enough to keep older boys and younger girls separate in the hotel. The suspect was later charged with statutory rape.
The State Board of Education has approved Duval County Schools' plan to have an outside company take over and turn around Lake Forest Elementary and Northwestern Middle School. Educational Directions is based in Kentucky. It will run the day-to-day operations at both schools. The schools are considered to be failing right now and need a C grade or better within the next 2 school years. If they fail, the schools could close or be taken over by a charter school operator. And heads up, our first coast goes back to school, or our first county rather goes back to school in just 2 weeks. Can you believe it? Ware County begins August 2nd, then Camden on August 3rd. Our other counties go back about through the first 2 weeks of August. So remember, Ware County students, you do need a clear or mesh backpack this year.
Gosh, already time for back to school, huh? All right, folks, remember our Stop the Bus Business Challenge is going on right now. To get your company involved, call United Way for a bin, then ask employees to donate items. We've also partnered with Chick-fil-A for this campaign. So there are bins at locations all throughout the First Coast within these Chick-fil-A stores. These big bins, we're asking you to please donate any school supplies that you can. The big event is August 3rd at the Markets at Town Center. Come out and join us. It'll be a fun time.